Hello, everyone. Hi. Thank you so much for joining today. I was just waiting a few more minutes to let some more participants join, but the meeting is being recorded, so you will have access to the webinar after it has finished. So it's going to be a very interactive webinar today. So we're going to get started now. So hello, today's webinar is on mastering the IELTS academic exam with our digital online program with Healthvarsity. I'm Ruby Khan and I'll be hosting this session. It's really truly a pleasure to have you here today. So before we dive into the heart of our program, I'd like to take a moment to introduce myself. So I'm the Vice President of Paratus Premier Education here in the UK, and we have partnered with Healthvarsity to bring you this program. I've been involved in the English language for over 20 years, working with students from diverse backgrounds to help them achieve their academic and professional goals. So my passion kind of lies in empowering learners like yourselves to excel and unlock exciting opportunities for your futures. Slide. So the partnership with Healthvarsity isn't just about sharing knowledge. It's about igniting creativity and driving meaningful change. So together we've committed to pushing the boundaries of research and developing cutting edge programs and ultimately raising sort of the bar for education in healthcare standards. By combining our resources and sort of leveraging our collective strengths, we're poised to kind of make a significant impact on the industry of edtech. So the collaboration is the key to success, and we're really excited to embark on this journey with Healthvarsity. So together we are hoping for a transformative, advancements that will shape the future of education and help individuals like yourselves. So I'm going to just do an overview now of the program. Here's the agenda. So if we have a quick look at what's in store for us over the next sort of 90 minutes, it's going to be a very interactive program. So I'm going to get you to do a lot of sort of activities as we go along, which will show you the sort of features that we have within the program. So we will kind of explore our program and how it can serve as an invaluable companion to you. We'll start by gaining an understanding of the IELTS academic exam itself, and then we'll sort of delve into its structure, the content, and the significance, ensuring that you're well equipped with the knowledge needed to tackle each section with confidence. And then we'll turn our attention to the actual online program itself, and I'll walk you through its features, the functionalities, and the benefits it offers to test takers like yourselves. Um, from it being like a very interactive program to how it's designed to help you on that preparation journey and maximize your chances of success. Um, and then we'll wrap up with our session with a Q&A section, and you'll have the opportunity to sort of ask questions that you have about the IELTS exam or our program. And I really do encourage you to actively engage with us throughout the session. Your participation is actually very key to making this an enriching experience, this whole webinar. Before we kind of look into the specifics, let me give you a brief overview of the program. It's been designed by experts in the English language teaching and test preparation. And the program is tailored to meet unique, needs of IELTS academic test takers like yourselves. So what sets the program apart is its sort of comprehensive approach to exam preparation. So if you're just, wanting to fine tune your listening skills or get better at your reading comprehension, you want to sharpen your writing abilities or just get better at your speaking, this program basically covers everything. And the program goes beyond just content delivery. It uses technology to offer really interactive sort of interactive, the AI aspect, the simulated practice tests, real-time sort of performance feedback. You'll get to see a very different side of, a course where we have actually integrated artificial intelligence. And I'm going to get you to try some AI activities later on in the webinar, which will be very exciting. So the online digital program isn't just a study tool. It's basically your companion, providing you with so many resources to guide you to get your best band score. So with that in mind, let's take a look at our video.
In a significant leap forward for language proficiency testing, Paratus Premier Education, in collaboration with Healthvarsity, proudly introduces a groundbreaking artificial intelligence-powered IELTS academic digital program. This innovative approach to language assessment is set to redefine the landscape of English language proficiency examinations. At the heart of this revolutionary program are conversational examiners powered by cutting-edge artificial intelligence. Unlike traditional assessments, where students respond to pre-recorded prompts or static questions, this program features dynamic, real-time interactions. The conversational examiners are designed to simulate authentic speaking situations, providing a more realistic and engaging testing experience. David, gone are the days of waiting anxiously for results. The artificial intelligence-powered IELTS academic digital program provides instantaneous feedback on speaking performance. The conversational examiners evaluate pronunciation, fluency, vocabulary, and grammar in real time, offering constructive feedback immediately after each response.
Absolutely, Sarah. Paratus Premier Education and Healthvarsity's AI IELTS academic digital program marks a significant step forward in the integration of artificial intelligence into language assessment.
As the educational landscape continues to evolve, this program stands as a testament to the power of technology in enhancing learning experiences and preparing students for success in the globalized world.
Okay, on to our next slide. So we're going to talk about understanding the actual exam, the IELTS academic exam. That's the one we're going to be focusing on. So it's the most widely recognized proficiency test in the world. It's designed to assess your ability and your need for those who need to study or work in environments where English is the primary language for communication. And it's available in two versions, academic and general. But today we'll be focusing on the academic module, which is specifically sort of tailored for individuals who are applying to study on an undergraduate or a postgraduate, those levels, or they're seeking sort of professional registration in an English-speaking environment. The importance of the exam is that it holds immense significance for individuals who want to pursue higher education or professional opportunities in English speaking countries. So universities and colleges around the world rely on the IELTS scores as a crucial criteria for admitting international students into their academic program. And similarly with organizations and regulatory bodies which require the IELTS score as part of the certification or licensing process for various occupations such as nursing, medicine, engineering, and many more. So achieving the desired band score on the IELTS academic exam not only demonstrates your proficiency in English, but also opens doors to so many, academic and professional opportunities. So it enables you to pursue your educational career and aspiration on a very much a global scale. So if we look into how it's sort of set out, it consists of four parts. You've got the listening. The listening section has 4 recorded monologues and conversations. Candidates listen. They listen to each recording only once and answer a series of questions related to the content. And the objective here is that the section assesses the candidate's ability to understand main ideas, specific details, attitudes, and opinions, conveyed in spoken English. Then you have the reading, and with the listening, as you can see, how what sort of percentage it goes towards your final score. With the reading, you have the format is it consists of three long texts taken from books, journals, magazines, or newspapers, and the candidates are required to answer a variety of question types, and these are things like multiple choice questions, matching headings, true and false, and sentence completion. And the objective here is that the section evaluates the candidate's ability to comprehend and interpret written text, identifying sort of main ideas, specific information, and understanding, the writer's opinion and attitudes. With the writing, what you have is the candidates will be given sort of graph, table, and charts and diagrams that they're going to have to describe and summarize. The candidates are also, there's two tasks. There's task one and task two. Task one has the graphs, and task two is a written essay that you have to complete. And the objective here is that the assessment is the candidate's ability to organize and present information logically, express ideas clearly, and use a range of vocabulary, grammar, maintain coherence in their written, the written part of the exam. And with the speaking, this is around 11 to 14 minutes. With the speaking, the format is a face-to-face interview with a certified examiner, and it's in three parts. There's an introduction. Part one is an introduction with the examiner. The second is a long turn where you're actually given the opportunity to have, talk for a few minutes. And then there's a discussion about part two, which is, again, a conversation with the examiner. And, this section kind of evaluates the candidate's ability to engage in spontaneous spoken communication, express opinions, provide information, and also participate in discussions on a very wide range of topics. So understanding the structure and objectives of each section of the exam is very essential for effective preparation on test day. So if you familiarize yourself with the exam format and practice the relevant skills, you can enhance your, confidence, and you maximize your chances really of achieving the really high band score. So we're going to take a quick look at another video.
What exactly is IELTS? IELTS is an acronym that stands for International English Language Testing System. It is the most popular English language test for higher education and global migration in the world. To study or work as a professional in a country where English is the native language, applicants are often required to demonstrate that their level of English is enough to deal with challenges of studying and working in English. The most common way to demonstrate this is by taking the IELTS exam. You can take the test in accredited centers all around the globe. IELTS is recognized by over 10,000 organizations worldwide. Once you've taken the exam, your score is valid for 2 years. In many countries where English is not the native language, foreign students are required to have a good level of English to apply as international students at a university. PhD and master's programs in many of the world's top universities also require a good level of English. There are also an increasing number of international conglomerates where English has become the mandated language for work. IELTS is based on International English, meaning that it recognizes both American and British spelling, grammar, and vocabulary. In fact, you can even mix them, as long as your spelling is consistent. Once you spell a word one way, you can't later spell it differently. It tests language use as a whole, covering the 4 main skills of reading, writing, listening, and speaking. The exam can be taken in 2 formats, paper-based and computer-based. The paper-based test is the main mode of delivery at present, although this is slowly changing as more things move online. Listening, reading, and writing test answers are all handwritten on answer sheets that you'll be provided with at the test center. In the computer-delivered test, listening, reading, and writing answers are all typed directly onto the computer. The speaking test is also now being rolled out online as well. There is no difference in the content of the tests. Computer-based and paper-based are exactly the same. The value and validity of the results are also the same regardless of format.
So, for example, a Band 7 for paper-based is also a Band 7 for computer-based. They're marked using the exact same criteria. In locations where both options are available, you can pick either one. There are different types of IELTS exams available, but the most common two are the IELTS Academic and IELTS General Training. If you are planning to study in another country or work as a professional abroad, then IELTS Academic would be the option for you to take. The test is made up of 4 total parts. The listening section takes a total of 30 minutes and consists of 4 parts. You'll have 40 questions to answer consisting of different types of questions. You'll only get to hear the listening once, so you'll really need to pay attention. The academic reading part lasts 60 minutes and contains 3 sections. It also has 40 questions with a variety of question types. The academic writing is made up of 2 tasks, requiring you to write 150 words and 250 words, respectively. Your writing sample will be marked using 4 criteria, namely lexical resources, grammatical range and accuracy, coherence and cohesion, and task achievement. For the speaking section, you'll have 3 parts lasting for 11 to 14 minutes. You'll also be marked using 4 criteria, which are as follows: fluency and coherence, lexical resources, grammatical range and accuracy, and pronunciation. Now that you know the basics about IELTS, have a go at the quiz after the lesson and see how much you remember about the IELTS. What exactly is IELTS?
We will let's have a look at understanding the actual we're going to move on to the digital program itself. So the program itself is a 200-hour program that's been crafted to serve sort of as your companion on the road to this IELTS success. So if you really want to fine-tune your skills, this is the sort of program for you. We'll just go through some of the features of the program. So it's a lot of interactive lessons on there, quizzes, real life scenarios, a lot of practice tests. So what we have in there is a lot of practice tests for you to do in real time, almost mirroring the sort of exam setting that you would have. Digital timer, the clock would start, your exam would start, and you'll be in a sort of exam environment. And you will answer the questions exactly as if you were in an exam, and that's how we've kind of made it onto our portal. And you will get access to a lot of mock exams. So I will go through all of them later on in the program. So at the moment, we'll just go through the program itself and how effective it is for your preparation. It's divided into modules. And each module corresponds to each section of the IELTS. So the listening, reading, writing, and speaking, etc. And then within each module, you'll have a selection of lessons, practice exercises, and different things to try out. So for example, in the listening module, you'll have access to audio recordings, various lengths, and then you'll get to kind of try them as you go along. The digital program in itself it's not just a collection of study material. It's actually a comprehensive learning program designed to really empower your knowledge. And so I'm going to in a second go through the program, but how to navigate it. Let's stop sharing so I can navigate and show you how the program is. So if you have a look on here, you'll get, so the actual program itself is on Healthvarsity's portal, and the format is the same as this one here, which is what I'm going to show you now. It's done in a modular format. So what you have really is you'll have a video lesson and then you'll have interactive activities. And each section, you'll have a series of sort of multimedia content, interactive quizzes, and you'll just get a chance to kind of go through each one. So, for example, we're going to do one in a minute now. We're going to do actually an interactive lesson where we'll do a video lesson and then we will do an interactive activity together. But the format is pretty much simple. You'll get a video lesson. They're quite lengthy, very interactive video lessons. I'll show you one of them in a minute. And then what you'll have essentially after that is an interactive activity to try out. So these are sort of kinesthetic activities where you'll get a chance to really hands-on try to understand the concept through the interactive activity. I'm going to, and also what you'll, one of the things too that's important in this is that you'll be able to collaborate with other people on the program. So once you've done the, the main content, you'll be able, when you're kind of doing your mock exams on the portal, and the mock exams will be on this portal over here, you'll have a collaboration learning where you can connect with other learners to just get an insight onto how, how everyone is doing, what, if there's anything you need help with. So it's a real community really of people. So what I'm going to do is just present here again and show you the next part. So we're going to do a sample lesson now. So this is where it gets quite interactive. We're going to work through this together. So the way it works is that we'll do the lesson here I'll show you what the lesson is, and then I'm going to send you a link in the chat. And when I prompt you, then that's where you will, that's when you'll sort of save that link or go onto that link and try the interactive activity. But I will demonstrate the interactive activity before you actually try it out. Also, there's a couple of videos that we're going to show. I'm going to send you those YouTube links as well for you to catch up with them later on after the webinar's finished. So if you have a look, can I please ask no one to write on the whiteboard? Thank you. So today's lesson that we're going to do is we're going to actually do the IELTS listening exam, the challenges in part 4 of the exam. So this is the lesson we're going to focus on today. It's a very good one, I thought, because it's a very crucial part of the exam, the listening exam, and especially part 4 of the listening exam is quite a tough one. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk through a sample of this section, and it will consist of 2 parts. So what we'll do is we'll watch the video clip, and then we'll engage in a interactive activity. And through this approach, you'll aim to simulate, the actual test experience while we're offering you obviously practical tips. In this segment, what we'll also do is after we've done that, I want you to really, while you're watching this video lesson, I want you to really pay really close attention to key details, such as dates, specific information, attitudes by the speaker. So let's play this and then we'll come back and then I'll show you, then we'll analyze this video lesson. And then after we analyze the video lesson, what we'll do is we'll do an interactive listening activity based on this actual video. So I'm going to play it now. So just have a listen and I'll meet you back here after this one finishes. But remember, pay close attention to the specifics inside this video.
In this video, we are going to talk about part 4 of the listening exam. We will answer the following questions. Number 1, what should you expect in part 4? Number 2, what are some common challenges you may face? And number 3, how can you get around these challenges? Let's start with what does part 4 involve? Part 4 will be a monologue in an academic setting, and some of the types of scenarios you might come across include an academic lecture, a talk at a seminar, a presentation, talks about scientific research, a lecture on environmental problems, a talk about how to develop in a specific career. Of course, there are many other likely scenarios in terms of the types of topics discussed and settings for the monologues in this part. What do you need to listen for in part 4? You will be paying attention for main ideas, specific information, and attitudes and opinions. So, what are the common challenges you might have to deal with, and what are some solutions? The first common problem is identifying the main ideas. Some of the questions will be focused on identifying the main ideas of the listening. You may think that to understand the main points, you need to hear and understand every word, but this isn't true. So how can you isolate the main ideas from other ideas in the passage? The main ideas will be general enough to cover all the ideas in the listening, but specific enough to identify as a unique idea. For example, imagine you hear the following. You will hear a talk on the research of architecture. Architecture is a very broad topic and is not specific enough, so this is not a main idea. However, as you listen further, the speaker gives more information which helps to narrow down the focus of the monologue. So if you hear the speaker say something like, "Today we will be looking into the relationship between climate and architecture," you now have a specific topic to focus on. As you listen, this will help find the larger and broader points that relate directly to this idea and separate them from any specific details or supporting information. So as you listen, ask yourself, can this bit of information explain the topic and stand on its own, or does it need a lot of context to make it clear? If it requires a lot of context or additional information, then it is not the main idea. Another technique is listening for words and ideas that are repeated multiple times. Using the previous example, you will likely hear the words relationship, climate, architecture, or synonyms for these words a number of times. This lets you know that these are very important ideas and are the main focus of the passage. The next challenge to consider is finding specific information. This type of information is usually factual in nature. So what kinds of things do you need to listen for? Listen for things like names of places, people, and concepts. So before you listen, have a quick look through the questions to get familiar with the questions. Do any of the questions ask for specific information? Once the listening starts, you will be told what the monologue is about. Use this information to predict and anticipate the answers. It is important to note that the answer may not be expressed in the same ways as it appears in the question. So think about synonyms for keywords and how the information could be paraphrased. At this point, try and access what we call your schematic knowledge. Schematic knowledge is the previous knowledge you have on a topic. So even though you may not be an expert on the topic, you'll likely have read, listened to, or watched something related to the topic. This can help you predict and anticipate likely answers. But don't worry if you are completely unfamiliar with the topic. the listening will give you enough information to answer the questions. You also want to listen for cues that tell you what is about to be discussed. The speaker will often use phrases or signposts to show that they are about to speak about a particular point. Another common challenge is understanding attitudes. The speaker may refer to the attitudes of others, but a lot of the time this is only inferred. So how can you identify attitudes? Listen for clues in phrases like, some disagree, many agree, this has been disputed, this seems unlikely, this seems to be the case, and other similar phrases that indicate that the speaker is referring to the attitude of others. The next point is quite similar to the one we just discussed, listening for opinions. During the monologue, the speaker may at times refer to opinions given by other experts on the subject, and these can be identified by listening for common phrases like, it has been expressed, it has been suggested, it is often said, some have stated, have mentioned. These phrases and ones similar to them are used to indicate a person's opinion and make it easier for you to identify them. The last 2 points is not so much challenging, but rather some things you should always do. Firstly, make sure to underline keywords in questions and look for synonyms. Use the 30 seconds or so before the listening starts playing to skim over the questions. Are there any words that stand out to you as unique? Can you think of synonyms for these words? This will help you know what to listen for and to identify the main ideas. It is a good idea to think of synonyms for keywords or other ways they could be expressed or paraphrased, as the words may not appear in the listening exactly as they do in the question. The last point is, use the context to improve understanding. So you should remember that part 4 is the most difficult part of the test, and also considering that it is an academic in nature, you are likely to come across unfamiliar words. What should you do in this situation? First of all, don't panic. Remember, the test is designed so that you do not need specialist knowledge to answer the questions. So when you come across a word you do not understand, try and guess the meaning from the context and surrounding words. Majority of the time, you will be able to figure out the meaning simply based on the context and the way the word is used. Now that we have covered some of the common problems and how to handle them, why not have a go at our interactive activities to help you prepare for part 4?
Okay, so before we do our interactive activity, we're just going to do a little bit of an analysis on this video lesson.
In this video,
The next one. So as you were going through it, you would have realized that part 4 of the listening exam is basically it's a format about the listening exam format. The scenarios discussed were in this part the scenarios discussed were that part 4 consists of a monologue or an academic or educational topic. And the speaker is usually an expert or a lecturer presenting to an audience, to a student audience. So it's a monologue. You have to remember that part 4 is a monologue. The key points to focus on and the main ideas and the specific information, attitudes, opinions. So when we talk about main ideas, it's understand the central theme or topic discussed. And when we talk about specific information, we're talking about paying attention to details such as dates, names, numbers, and facts. And the attitudes and opinions is to recognize the speaker's stance or viewpoint on the topic. And that's really important. The challenges in identifying the main ideas and techniques to isolate them. So the main idea may be embedded within a lengthy explanation or examples. So the techniques to isolate the main ideas include things like listening to repeated phrases, topic sentences, or summaries. And what I am going to do after I've just gone through this is I'm going to send you in the chat the link to this YouTube video so you can have a look at it later in your own time as well. The next one is listening for specific details like names, places, and concepts. So I think we just did that one. Did we do that one? Yeah, I think predicting likely answers using schematic knowledge. So schematic knowledge, as it was explained in the video lesson, it involves using background knowledge or context to predict potential answers that will come up. And understanding the topic and structure of the lecture can sort of aid in making those educated type of guesses. Recognizing attitudes, opinions, through cue phrases and signals. So cue phrases such as "I believe," "in my opinion," or "it is clear that." These sort of indicate the speaker's attitude or their own opinion on the topic. Identifying the expert opinion through specific expression. So experts may also, express certainty, uncertainty using phrases like "research shows," "it is widely accepted," and there is some debate about. So this, as soon as you hear this, you'll know that these expressions signal the speaker's authority in the subject matter. And then you've got the general strategies for success, underlining keywords, using synonyms, leveraging context. So here you need to underline the keywords in question to focus your attention during the listening. Use synonyms or paraphrases or keywords, and the context of the lecture, infer meanings and filling gaps in your understanding. So you need to just be sort of aware of all of this. So I think what I'm going to do is, before I present, what I'm going to do is now I'm going to get you to do an interactive activity based on this video lesson, and I'm going to guide you through how to do it. So over the next sort of, I think, 13 minutes, you will get an audio, and you will go onto the link and I will show you how to do it. But before I do that, I am going to send you this link in the chat. So what I would suggest you do is maybe open it up on your side, and then later what you can do is go back to it. I think, let's have a look. Just sending it to you now. You should have that. So what you can do is open that up as a tab for later. And let me go through the interactive activity with you now. So let's just quickly get off here. Oh, and also what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you this interactive activity, but let me just first of all just show you what you need to do. Okay, so what you'll have is now, in the next sort of 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, you're going to play this audio. So I'm going to send you this link. You're going to play the audio, and as the speaker is speaking, so remember the video lesson we just watched, climate, architecture, it's going to be a monologue based on climate and architecture. And what you're going to do is you're going to fill in these boxes as you hear the speaker, talking. At the end, just do the tick and see how many you got right. But remember just to listen out for the specific things we were just talking about previously. I think that's really important. When I send you the link, like it says, take a look at the questions for about 30 seconds before playing the audio, and then listen to the monologue and complete the sentences while listening by writing in the necessary words, and then do the check box at the end. Towards the end of the webinar, I'm going to take you onto the portal where you will have a lot of these exams, but the real exams in the format of the IELTS, and they will be done sort of in the same way where you'll have a audio and a timer will start. Here, you're just taking 30 seconds in this activity just to sort of, you know, you have to count the 30. But when you're in the exam portal, as soon as you sort of click start, your timer will start as if you're in an exam and you'll be in exam conditions. So I'm going to send you the link now. And then what we'll do is we'll come back in about 10, 15 minutes and you can then we'll discuss that. So let's quickly just send you the link. Okay. So there's the link. I'm going to mute myself now, open the link, and please go ahead and do the activity. And we'll meet back in 15 minutes. Hi, everyone. Hopefully you'll be finished or nearly finished, but I'm going to resume and you have the link to try later. So that should really have been a really good activity to try after that video lesson. So now you have two things. You have the link to the YouTube video. And also remember, the reason I'm doing this the way I am here is that when you buy the program through Healthvarsity's platform, that's the format. You'll get video lessons, really long ones, really interactive video lessons, very sort of digitally, really, you'll enjoy them. And they're not going to be boring lessons. They're going to be really, really in-depth and really, really specific to the areas you need to work on. And then you'll get many interactive activities that will accompany the video lesson. And it's really important to sort of engage in the video lesson and then try the activity. And so the whole program, if you just imagine, is just each section will have, so the reading, writing, listening, and speaking, well, yes, and the speaking, will have video lessons like we've just shown you, and then a lot of interactive activities. Now, these are just what you'll work through, but the mock exam portal is something you will get alongside this, and you'll get a lot of exams. You'll get sort of 10 full-length listening exams, 10 full-length reading exams. You'll get the 10 AI speaking exams that will be you talking to AI examiner, and that's the next activity we're going to do after this, which will show you how brilliant this is, because it's like a world first. No one's done this before, where you'll sit there and you'll talk to an AI examiner as if you're really in a speaking exam, and then you'll get instant feedback. So you'll get those exams as well, and you'll get writing, the chance to send in writing as to mark it and send it back. I will go through the mock portal later on, but let's just quickly go through this little activity that we just did. So let's see if I can move on. So this is just the answers you should have had. I'm just going to keep it on here for like about 10 seconds, just so you can see that what the answer should have been. So when you were, going through the interactive activity, as the speaker was speaking, these are the answers that should have, been sort of coming into, into these boxes. So that's something that you can just quickly have a look at. Now, what's the summary of the interactive practice session that we've just done? Okay, so practical application of skill. So by actively listening to the audio clip and answering the question based on it, what you were doing was you apply the listening strategies you learned in the real-time scenario. So this hands-on approach helps you solidify your understanding of key concepts and techniques. And it's very important to remember that. Improved comprehension skills. So this activity challenged you to comprehend spoken English in various accents and the speeds. Remember, accent, speed, and context. Someone can speak really fast, someone can speak really slow. So similar to what you'll encounter in the actual IELTS exam. So regular practice of these sort of activities and the mock exams that you'll do in your mock portal will enhance your ability to understand spoken language effectively, and that's very important. Enhanced vocabulary acquisition. Now, through exposure to a range of vocab and expressions in the audio clip, what you've done is you've expanded your lexical resource. So you encounter new words and phrases in context, and that makes it easier to remember, incorporate them into your own speech and writing. So that's very important as well. Increased confidence. So successfully sort of completing each activity, what happens is each activity and mock exam, it will boost your confidence in your listening abilities. So as you accurately interpret and respond to the questions, you will gain assurance in your own skills, which is so crucial for performing well in the IELTS exam. It's really important. Also, you will identify your weaknesses. So, along with confidence, there'll be weaknesses that you need to work on. And this activity actually allowed you to sort of pinpoint the areas of your weakness in your listening skills. So where you were struggling with maybe specific accents, understanding the type of question, managing the time more effectively, that's important. So you can really identify the areas for improvement and, focus your efforts according to that. And then obviously test preparation as well. So let's go to the next slide. Now, we're going to do another activity now. So this is like a world first, actually. You'll have the chance now of, like I was saying before, to practice your speaking with a real life AI examiner in real time. So no one's ever done this before, no other program, where you'll have the opportunity to, obviously speak to an AI examiner and get instant feedback. And this type of simulation will closely sort of mimic the format and structure of the actual IELTS speaking exam, and it'll provide you sort of instant insights into your own performance. So I'm going to play this video, then I'm going to demonstrate the next activity, and then you're going to try this activity. And what I want you to do is keep a hold of the link for afterwards, because you can try it. There's some versions on there that you can try for free, obviously. And then obviously when you buy the course, you'll get 10 full-length exams like this. So let's play this video, and then I will demonstrate what you're doing in the next activity.
Paratus Premier Education presents a groundbreaking opportunity. Revolutionize your IELTS speaking exam prep with the conversational AI IELTS speaking exam. Partnered with cutting-edge tech, we offer real-time practice in an exam-like environment. Instant feedback, improved pronunciation, fluency, and vocabulary proficiency instantly. Ready to elevate your speaking skills? Start for free. Paratus Premier Education, your key to IELTS success.
So let's just quickly go through what we're going to do now. So what I was saying is I've sent the link. I've sent the link to you on the chat. So don't do anything with the link at the moment. All I was saying to you was, like, we'll just go back and just quickly go through what I was going to say before we go into this activity. So what I was saying to you after you watched the video was that this is a world first. So all I was saying to you was that what you need to do is I think we talked about that. So I played the video. So I think I'm a little bit lost. Okay, fine. So we played the video, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you to do the short exam. So I don't want you to, I've sent the link, but I don't want you to click on anything to do with that. Let's go through how to do it together first. Hope everyone can hear me now. Can you just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? There's a bit of a technical issue. Just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, okay? From your chat. Everyone can hear me okay now? Okay, so let's go to the beginning of this, of how we're going to do this. So all I was saying was that when you can try the little short test that we're going to do now, but before that, when you actually buy the program through Healthvarsity, what will happen is that you will get 10 exams like this, 10 mock exams. And what will happen in those mock exams is that you'll get full length, an opportunity to talk to an AI, examiner. So right now, what we're going to do is we're going to do a short one, a very short one, not a long one at the moment. And what we're going to do with that is you click on the first one, and I'll just show you how they are actually. These are the topics that are covered in the mock speaking exam. And you'll get the opportunity to get all of these. But what we'll do is we'll do a little one now. Save the link for later. So this is just for trying out now, but save the link for later. And I want you to now go onto it and then try this short exam, the 2-minute one. As you'll have this saved, you can try the others later because they are available for you to try for free. You'll get the 10 full exams when you purchase the program. So what I want you to do is go on to click on the short exam. What you need to do, the tips are you need to extend your answers and avoid short responses. So obviously minimum 3 words per answer. Don't, do like just 1-word answers. 2-sentence responses normally are sufficient, and replay the video if you don't hear the question. So we're going to press start. Definitely when you press start, it might ask you to allow your mic. Definitely allow your mic so that
Let's begin with where you live. Describe the type of accommodation you live in.
So that's the first question from the examiner. You didn't hear it, you can repeat.
Let's begin with where you live. Describe the type of accommodation you live in.
Right, okay. So once you've heard that, you need to record your response. So record response, and then it'll move on to the next question. And what'll happen is, I think there's about a few questions in there, maybe 5 or 6. This shouldn't take you lot. It should not take you long, a few minutes. And then at the end, when you do the last question, it'll give you your instant feedback straight away. So nothing to worry about. I know we kind of you didn't hear me in the beginning when I went onto this page, but that's basically all I was saying is that just demonstrating how you need to use the speaking exams that we're going to do within the program. So what I'm going to do is now mute myself, and I'm going to get you to try this one. So go onto the link, try this one, and we'll meet back in about 4 or 5 minutes, and then we'll go through it together. But don't worry, you do need to save this link, though, that I've sent you in the chat for later. Okay, you can start now. Hi, I think everyone should be around about finished. If you've not, you can go back to try that. You have the link to try it in your own time. So I think it's important to just kind of right now move on to the next part, and then but you get an idea of what that will do, the AI examiner. So it's very, very good. Try out the free versions that you have on there. Again, within your program, when you purchase it, you'll get a lot more speaking practice, a lot more topics. And remember, there'll be a lot of topics to cover. So the package itself with the speaking has a lot of variety in there. Can everyone hear me now? Yes, everyone should be able to hear me. Okay. Oh, sorry, 1 second. Oh, the wrong one. Let me just present again, 1 second. Okay. Why is it doing that? Having some technical issues right now. Let's go to the next slide on here. Okay, so after that, little activity, what you should have realized is that you just participated in the world's first AI-driven IELTS speaking mock examiner. And that's a milestone. That's something very, 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 very exciting. To be able to, participate in the world's first AI-driven IELTS speaking mock examiner is it's amazing. You'll be able to practice your speaking through this examiner. And that examiner will give you instant feedback straight away of everything that he thinks you did properly, everything you didn't do properly. So it's very, 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 very exciting. And you need to just maybe try this afterwards before, you get the program through Healthvarsity, but that's what will be included in there. And what you realize probably, let's go through some of the features. So the realistic simulation. So what you've gained is first-hand experience of interacting with an AI examiner in a simulated exam environment. So this obviously mirrors the conditions of the actual IELTS speaking test, so helping you become more familiar with the format and the expectations. Immediate feedback. So unlike traditional mock exams where your feedback may take time, you'll get instant feedback with the AI examiner. And this immediate feedback allows you to identify strengths and weaknesses in your speaking and right away enable you to target improvement. There's obviously personalized evaluation. So he'll be able to, the AI will be able to assess your performance based on multiple criteria such as fluency, coherence, the personalized evaluation to help you understand your specific areas of improvement, and also allow you to, tailor practice and development. So that's important as well. Objectives and the objective assessment. The AI examiner provides an objective assessment of your speaking abilities. So and also enhanced in confidence as well. By engaging with the AI examiner, you will build your confidence in your speaking skills. And the convenience and the accessibility, again, you can just do this anywhere. You can practice anytime. You're flexible. You don't have to be, tied down to rigid schedules. So that's important as well. I'm going to now give you the opportunity to have a look through a Band 9 model answer. So what we're going to do, and I'm going to send you this link as well, again in the chat. But this is what in a speaking exam, a Band 9 model answer should look like. So it's very important to just have a look at how this interaction between this examiner and student takes place. And then what we will do is we'll come back and we will summarize how she did in her exam. So I'm going to play this and then we will come back in the chat. I'll keep, if you keep an eye on the chat, I'll let you know when we're coming back. So just so you don't know that, just in case you think you're still on, you can't hear anything or you're on mute, I will let you know how long and when we'll be back. Just have a play. In fact, I can play it on here and then what I'll do is mute it and then send it to you afterwards.
Good morning. Could you please state your full name and candidate number?
Good morning. My name is Sarah Smith, and my candidate number is 1234556.
Thank you, Sarah. Let's begin with part 1 of the speaking test. I'll ask you some questions about yourself.
Sure.
Firstly, where are you from?
I'm originally from London, but I've lived in Birmingham for the past 10 years.
Great. What do you enjoy most about living in Birmingham?
I love the diversity of cultures and the friendly people here. There's always something new to explore.
Interesting. Now, let's talk about your studies. What are you currently studying?
I'm studying business management at the University of Birmingham.
Why did you choose to study business management?
I've always been interested in entrepreneurship and running my own business someday. So, I thought studying business management would provide me with the necessary skills and knowledge.
That makes sense. Now, what do you like to do in your free time?
In my free time, I enjoy playing tennis with my friends, listening to music, and going for long walks in the park.
Sounds like fun. Lastly, what are your future plans?
After graduating, I plan to gain some work experience in the business field and eventually start my own company.
Thank you, Sarah. Now, let's move on to part 2 of the test. You will have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes on a given topic. I'll give you a cue card with your topic, and you'll have 1 minute to prepare. Welcome to part 2 of the speaking test. In this part, you will be given a topic to speak about for 1 to 2 minutes. You'll have 1 minute to prepare your response. Here's your cue card with the topic. You have 1 minute to prepare, starting now. Please begin speaking.
Okay. During the summer of 2019, I had the most unforgettable vacation in Greece with my family. We traveled to the beautiful island of Santorini, known for its stunning sunsets and picturesque landscapes. Accompanied by my parents and younger sister, we embarked on this adventure to explore the charms of this Mediterranean paradise. We spent our days soaking up the sun on the mesmerizing beaches, indulging in delicious Greek cuisine, and wandering through the enchanting streets of Oia and Fira. One of the highlights of our trip was sailing around the island on a traditional Greek boat, where we had the opportunity to swim in crystal-clear waters and admire the breathtaking views of the volcanic caldera. The beauty of Santorini left a lasting impression on me, and I will always cherish the moments spent in this idyllic destination.
Thank you for your response. Now, I'd like to ask you some follow-up questions related to your holiday experience. What do you think makes Santorini a popular tourist destination?
Santorini's unique geography, with its stunning cliffs, whitewashed buildings, and vibrant blue domes, makes it an incredibly picturesque destination that attracts visitors from around the world. Additionally, its rich history, charming villages, and romantic ambience contribute to its popularity among tourists.
How do you think traveling with family differs from traveling alone or with friends?
Traveling with family offers a sense of comfort and security, as you're exploring new places with your loved ones by your side. It allows for shared experiences and the opportunity to create lasting memories together. On the other hand, traveling alone or with friends may offer more freedom and flexibility in terms of itinerary and activities.
Do you think it's important to visit new places and experience different cultures?
Absolutely. Traveling broadens our horizons, exposes us to new perspectives, and helps us appreciate the diversity of the world. It fosters cultural understanding, promotes empathy, and allows us to gain valuable insights into different ways of life. Overall, experiencing different cultures enriches our lives and contributes to personal growth.
Thank you for your insightful answers, Sarah. That concludes the speaking test. You may now leave the examination room.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to send you this link as well, so you can have a look afterwards through this Band 9 model answer. Let me send that, and then we'll go through the speaking. 1 second. Okay. Again, just save this link. Okay. Just sending it now in the chat. Okay, so this is the link here for this video that we were just having a look through. So next slide. Okay. You can have a look at this link on this YouTube link I've sent you of a Model 9 answer, but we'll just do a little summary of how Sarah did. So what she showed basically was exceptional proficiency skills at band 9. So you can see that throughout the test, she displayed fluency, coherence, wide range of vocabulary. Let me just, sorry, I'm just finding that no link was sent. So let me just, if you just bear with me for 1 second, and I'll just send the link again. I think I've actually sent it by accident to just one participant. You should all get it now. 1 second, sorry about that, my mistake. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you've received it now. Everyone should have it now. Just let me know if there's any issues, but you should all have the link now. Okay, sorry. So as I was saying, so in part 1, and you can go back and have a look at this, but she responded to the questions about herself with confidence and clarity, and her answers had a lot of, you know, it was articulate and detailed. She had the ability to express her ideas really fluently. And she also maintained a really natural flow in her speech with minimum hesitation. And I think that that obviously demonstrated a strong command of her grammar and her vocabulary. So in part 2, the video is private. Okay, thank you. I will sort that out if it's thank you for saying that. I'll get that sorted out for you guys. It'll be a world. I'll make it not private. Thank you. Just keep the link. The link will be the same. We'll sort the access out afterwards. So in part 2, what she did was she was delivering a speech about a crowded place, and what she did, her language was very rich and vivid in her explanation, and you'll see this when you look back at it. But she covered a lot of things, a lot of topics, and she went on to say how memorable it was, but with a lot of vivid vocabulary, and her language was engaging and descriptive, and that's what you need it to be. Your language has to be very engaging and very descriptive, and it has to create a very vivid picture of the scene to the listener. So the examiner, you have to imagine that picture, you have to create that picture for the examiner. That's very important. And what she also did was in part 3, she engaged in a very sophisticated kind of discussion with with the examiner. So her understandings of the topics that she was given, she was articulating her ideas very clearly and very coherently, and her responses were well structured. And that's what you need to work on. So her performance definitely had that band 9 proficiency level, because she was exceptional in her fluency and her grammar. And you can take a look at this afterwards anyway. But I mean, and also, by the way, the recording of this webinar will be available. So if you have the links, and what we'll do is we'll get the links on our side put in as well. But we'll make this video non-private. So that's that. So let's now move on to the mock portal. So I'm going to now show you the next is the mock portal. So what you'll have essentially is you will do the video lessons, you'll do interactive activities, and then you will be given access to the mock exams that are included within the course. So the mock portal looks very much like this. When you have access to it, it will be you'll go inside, you'll get the link, and this is where your exams are. So this is very important. What you need to do is you need to work through the program with the videos and the interactive activities and the speaking exams. Obviously, you'll have the access to that. But then what you need to do is you need to actually come back to this mock portal to try out all your exams. So when you come to your home page after you have been given access, you will click here to go to your exams. And here is what you'll have. You will have 10 listening exams. So this is the AI. The AI speaking will just basically give you the link that I just gave you, which you have access to already, but we will make it specific to your 10 speaking exams. Collaborate, I will come back to that later. 10 listening exams, 10 reading exams, and then some writing exams. I'm just going to show you how to actually navigate on here. So let's do the listening, for example. Let's go to exam 2. You did a listening exercise, but as you can see here, what will happen is it will instruct you to play the audio. Once you have started the exam and played the exam audio, your time limit has started. Make sure you do not pause the audio. Otherwise, you will run out of time to do the exam. The exam is being conducted in real time, so start attempting your answers straight away. I will show you if you take the quiz. So if you take the exam, you can see here that your timer has started now. So as soon as your timer has started, you will play your audio. And as you can see, this is the way that the listening exam is within the actual IELTS exam. And so you will start, the audio will be playing and you will start filling in your answers here. And you'll get 10 of these. I am conscious that we are over in our time now, so I'm going to go through everything else quite quickly. That's the listening. You'll get 10 of them. The reading is pretty much the same format. So if you go to the reading exam, what you'll have is same thing. You'll take the exam and your timer, 1 hour timer for your exam has started. And then you will answer the questions. And these are original exams which have been constructed by our IELTS examiners here in the UK. You will not find them anywhere else. These are original and they are very, very good. So you'll get original mock exams here to try. Let me just have a look. I'm getting some chats. Okay, that's fine. That's just the email. That's fine. Now with the collaboration, which is what I was talking to you about, was here. If you look here on collaborate, you'll have this when you go into your portal. You'll be able to talk to others on the Healthvarsity program and you share your ideas and ask each other for help. So what happens here is it's just basically a thread of being able to communicate with other learners who are on the same journey as you. So you can just talk about maybe you're trying an exam out and you struggled with a question. You can ask each other for help. It's a very much a community of people. So you're not isolated. You're very much doing the program with others. So that's how your mock portal is. I'm going to go back, I think. Yes, I think that was it really. So let me just go on to the Q&A. So let's present that. I am going to now ask you in the next 5 minutes, if you want to send some questions in the chat, I will attempt to just answer a couple of the questions. Anything to do with queries related to the program, any additional clarifications you need, you can send the questions now. And I will just in the next 5 minutes just answer them. And then I've got a little poll that I need you to do. And then after that, we should have some closing remarks, but we'll be finishing off in the next sort of 10 minutes or so. So I'm just going to have a look at some questions if any are coming through. So I've just had some questions. Do we have any more sessions of this webinar coming up? We don't, I mean, this is the first, we wanted to try out this webinar and just have a look at what sort of what sort of audience we had, and I'm really happy with our with the amount of people that turned up, and I'm really glad that you enjoyed it. But what we'll do is if people did enjoy this, we will have more webinars like this coming up. How to purchase the program on Healthvarsity, I will that's the next page that I will have. That's the next link that is coming up. That's what I'll send next, Aisha. How to speak quickly. I think you need to just keep trying the AI examining portal that we've sent over to you, and that AI will show you how effectively you're speaking, and they will evaluate your, speed and everything. So those links have been sent to you already. I'm now going to just quickly move on to providing you with this important link. This is where you need to go to purchase the program. This I will share now in the chat. 1 second. So this is the chat direct to our IELTS academic program with Healthvarsity. Again, I'll just say to you that there's a lot of exams in there, a lot of speaking practice, a lot of digital interactive video lessons, a lot of interactive activities. What you have to remember is there's one way of looking at this. You can pay a lot to do preparation programs, but you'll end up paying a lot again and again and again. What will happen through this program is you'll learn everything in depth, and you will just need to honestly just take this one program, and you won't need to go and do participation in paying again for IELTS classes, and which end up costing you thousands of dollars. Realistically, they do end up costing a lot of money. And when you get a good program like this program, all you have to do is effectively just learn this program and go through the content of it. And what you'll have is you won't have to pay again, because you'll have access to this, comprehensive program. So you don't need to, again, go to any other portal, any other sort of institute, and you can just do this one. Let me see, some more questions are coming through. Okay, hi. So thank you. Let me make sure you can hear me. Thank you so much for joining us today. Just if you are finishing off those forms, that would be very, very beneficial. I really would appreciate you to go onto both those links and send those polls in, even if it's after the end of this meeting, just send that survey in. It's important to get those details. It's been really, I'm sorry, I am conscious that we have run over in terms of timings, but I really wanted to, first of all, make it very interactive as a program, as a webinar for you. I didn't want it to be just me talking and then you just listening, because that gets very boring. And I think that's the essence of what our program and our whole ideology is: interactiveness, very making sure that you're involved and you're not just sitting there reading boring lecture notes. What you want to learn is through interaction and through interactive activities, very digitally. We've taken it a step further. We've incorporated artificial intelligence into it, and this was a barrier in the speaking, definitely in terms of the IELTS exam. It was a barrier in the sense that you get people saying, we want speaking partners, please, can, someone, become a partner with me so we can go through, learn together. It's hard to get people to commit to times, to get together and do speaking practice. This is so individually your own artificial intelligence examiner who is a companion who can just help you through your speaking. So that in terms of not just, I'm just talking about the speaking really here. That's just one aspect of it, but that's a very, very world first. No one's done this, and this will really help your speaking. In terms of the other things that are in the program, the interactive video lessons, the interactive activities, like I said to you, again, it's all about retaining information, retaining and learning through depth. And the program is in depth. It's a 200-hour program, and you get access to it, for 3 months. And you can just, it's 24/7. You can come back to it. You don't have to be sort of rigidly stuck to a timetable where you have to go to classes. You will learn everything through this program. You've got enough mock exams. You've got enough speaking practice to be able to do this. So I would just say thank you so much for attending the webinar today. I would suggest please keep hold of the links that I have sent you. We will get the webinar up on our, through Healthvarsity's portals with the links that were within the webinar. But if you have them on your side, it'll make it easier for you to practice things. And the important link is the one through Healthvarsity, where you need to go and then purchase the program. I'd really like to thank you all for being here today. And hopefully we'll get a couple more of these sort of sessions going again in the future, so they can help, students interact with, examiners and constructors of programs like this, where, it'll help you kind of get that really high band score that you desire in the IELTS. Okay, thank you so much.